Welcome, tennis fanatics and drama addicts. This is Pro Tennis 360, where we serve you the hottest, most explosive stories from the tennis world before anyone else even picks up a racket. If this is your first time visiting the channel, brace yourselves. You've just stepped into the wildest ride in sports journalism. If you're already part of the family, you know exactly what's coming. Pure, unfiltered chaos that will make you question everything you thought you knew about your favorite athletes. Today, we're not just talking about drop shots and volleys. Oh no, we're diving headfirst into a story so insane that Hollywood would reject the script for being too unrealistic. We're talking secret billion-dollar business deals with tech giants, explosive political confrontations on live TV that silenced an entire nation, secret charity missions that would make Batman jealous, and training sessions with legends that are reshaping the future of tennis. This isn't just sports news, folks. This is a revolution, and it's being led by a 19-year-old Filipina powerhouse who is rewriting every rule in the book. Before we unleash this flood of shocking revelations, do me a massive favor. Hit that subscribe button right now for Pro Tennis 360. Seriously, if you don't subscribe, you'll wake up tomorrow and everyone around you will be talking about what we covered today while you sit there like a confused tourist. Don't be that person. Join the family, hit the bell icon, and prepare to have your mind absolutely blown by what we're about to reveal regarding Alex Eala. The political mic drop that stunned a nation. Let me paint a picture for you. You're sitting in your living room, scrolling through your phone, half awake, watching a boring political debate on TV. Politicians are doing what they always do, talking in circles, making promises they won't keep, and trying to score cheap points against each other. Standard Tuesday night programming, right? Wrong. On this specific evening, something happened that shattered the monotony and created a moment so savage it instantly became the most talked about event in Philippine media history. The setting was a nationally televised panel discussion supposed to revolve around national unity and the role of athletes in society. The guests included various political figures and, quite unusually, Alex Eala. Now you have to understand the context here. Alex is known for being diplomatic, measured, and professional. She's the girl who smiles through tough interviews, handles controversy with grace, and stays 100% focused on tennis. She is media trained to perfection. But what the politicians on that panel didn't realize is that there is a massive difference between being polite and being a pushover. And they were about to learn that lesson the hard way. Enter Leila de Lima, a former senator and a political figure known for her sharp tongue and aggressive debating style. The conversation shifted toward LGBTQ+ support in the Philippines, a sensitive and highly politicized topic. Deep analysis and the chain reaction. 3 words that changed everything. Shut up, prisoner. De Lima, seemingly seeing an opportunity to grab headlines, decided to take aim at the young tennis star. In what can only be described as a catastrophic lapse in judgment, she accused Alex of hypocrisy and betrayal for not actively participating in a specific political campaign. Let that sink in for a moment. A seasoned politician, decades older, publicly attacking a teenage athlete on live television, calling her a traitor and the biggest hypocrite she's ever met. The studio went silent. You could feel the tension through the screen. The moderator looked like they wanted to crawl under the table. The production staff was probably frantically checking if they could cut to a commercial. But Alex sat there completely motionless, her face unreadable, letting de Lima's words hang in the air like a foul stench. For about 4 agonizing minutes, she said nothing. She just stared at the politician with dark, calculating eyes. De Lima, perhaps mistaking the silence for weakness or fear, decided to double down. She leaned forward, that smug smile on her face, ready to twist the knife a little deeper. Big mistake. Huge. What happened next will be studied in communication classes for decades. Alex Eala leaned in, matched de Lima's gaze with the intensity of a championship tiebreak, and delivered 3 words with a cold, devastating precision that made the entire country gasp in unison. 3 words, 17 letters, infinite impact. She looked the former senator dead in the eye and said with perfect clarity and zero hesitation, "Shut up, prisoner." The aftermath and the Apple empire. From politics to $1 billion empire. The unexpected shift. The explosion was instantaneous. Social media didn't just break, it evaporated. Within seconds, clips of the exchange were trending worldwide. The studio audience was in shock. The moderator had completely lost control of the panel. And Eala, the woman who spent her entire career dominating conversations and overawing opponents, was speechless. Truly, genuinely silenced. But Alex wasn't done. She followed up with a verbal deconstruction so thorough that political analysts are still dissecting it days later. She systematically addressed every point, pointing out the hypocrisy of being attacked for not joining politicized campaigns while being expected to represent the nation through sport. She made it clear that while she respects her elders and the country's leaders, she will not tolerate being disrespected or used as a political pawn. The most remarkable part? She never raised her voice. She never lost her cool. She was surgical, methodical, and absolutely brutal in her honesty, but she never crossed the line into disrespect. It was a masterclass in standing your ground. Now, if you thought the political fireworks were the biggest story of Alex's week, you need to sit down because we're about to enter territory that sounds like pure fantasy. While politicians were trying to tear her down on TV, the most powerful people in the business world were trying to build her into something unprecedented. We're not talking about shoe deals or energy drink sponsorships here. We're talking about the kind of money that makes pro athletes cry and financial advisors need a stiff drink. The Apple empire, staggering numbers. $6 billion. The unthinkable deal with Tim Cook. The rumors started shortly after Alex's dominant performance at a recent SEA Games qualifier. The scouts and agents from major brands were circling, but it was clear someone from much higher up the food chain was watching. Tim Cook, the man who runs Apple, the most valuable company on earth, had apparently taken a massive personal interest in the young Filipino tennis star. Now, when I say interest, I don't mean he thought she'd look good in an Apple Watch ad. I mean he saw something in her that transcends a sport entirely. According to sources close to the negotiations, and these are sources who would lose their jobs if they were caught talking, Tim Cook made a decision that left board members at Apple both thrilled and terrified. He didn't send a marketing exec to offer Alex a standard endorsement deal. He didn't have his people draft a nice contract for a few million and some free products. No. According to reports circulating in Silicon Valley and Manila business circles, Tim Cook himself was involved in structuring a deal so massive it essentially invents a new category of athlete compensation. The numbers floating around are absolutely insane. We are hearing reports of a $1 billion cash investment. Let me repeat that. $1 billion in cash, not paid out over decades, not in stock options that might be worth something someday. Real money. But wait, it gets crazier. On top of that $1 billion foundation, sources say the deal includes an additional $500 million annually over a 10-year period. Let's do the math. $1 billion upfront plus $500 million a year for 10 years equals another $5 billion. We are talking about a $6 billion deal. The 17 words that stunned Tim Cook, a legendary negotiation. To put that in perspective, the highest paid athlete endorsement deals in history usually top out around $1 billion total spread over many years. Michael Jordan's entire relationship with Nike, the most successful athlete brand partnership ever, took decades to reach those values. Roger Federer's deal with Uniqlo was $300 million over 10 years, and that was considered groundbreaking. What Tim Cook has allegedly put on the table for Alex Eala makes every previous sports marketing deal look like pocket change. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This isn't just an endorsement deal. According to insiders, Cook's vision is to make Alex Eala the face of Apple Asia, not just as a title or a marketing slogan. We're talking about giving her actual equity stakes in regional subsidiaries, making her a legitimate business partner with decision-making power. Cook reportedly told his team that Alex represents everything Apple wants to embody: youth, excellence, determination, and an authentic connection to emerging global markets. He doesn't just want her to sell products. He wants her to help shape the company's entire Asian strategy for the next decade. Now here is the part that has everyone in the business world losing their minds. When Tim Cook presented this empire-building proposal, expecting the 19-year-old across the table to be overwhelmed and sign immediately, Alex did something no one expected. She looked at the offer, looked at perhaps the most powerful CEO in the world, and responded with exactly 17 words. The exact transcript of those 17 words is the best-kept secret in Silicon Valley right now. Everyone in the room has been sworn to secrecy. The only thing that has leaked out is Tim Cook's reaction, which sources describe as stunned respect followed by genuine admiration. Secret charity work behind the public image. Charity in the shadows. How Alex Eala gives back anonymously. Now, you might think that with $1 billion falling into her lap and politicians literally apologizing to her on national TV, Alex Eala might be getting a bit of a big head. You'd think she's bought a mansion, hired an army of assistants, and forgotten what it's like to be a normal person. And that is exactly why what I'm about to tell you is so important, because it reveals who Alex really is when no one is watching. For years, there has been a mystery in the United Kingdom that has baffled the staff at a specific veterans home. This facility, which provides care for elderly military veterans who served their country with honor, was facing closure. Government funding had been slashed, donations had dried up, and they were literally counting down the days until they had to turn these heroes out onto the street. The building was crumbling, the heating was failing, and they could barely afford food. Then, out of nowhere, a miracle happened. A massive check arrived in the mail. No name attached, no press conference announcing the donation, just the money, exactly when it was needed most. This happened not just once, but multiple times. Every time the facility hit a major financial crisis, a mysterious donation appeared. Always anonymous, always exactly the amount needed. The staff called it the March Miracle because it always seemed to happen in March. They had no clue who was behind it. And here's the thing, they still don't. But people in the tennis industry have some strong suspicions. Because a certain young Filipino tennis player has a strange habit of being in England in March. And she has a deep commitment to veterans that stems from her grandfather, who served in the military. The $5 million Dubai birthday. $5 million for a birthday party. The unbelievable story. But if you think secret charity is the limit of the universe's generosity toward Alex Eala, hold on tight. We're about to talk about a story that sounds like it was written by a Hollywood screenwriter who got fired for being too hyperbolic. The Dubai birthday story. Sheikh Ahmed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, a member of the Dubai royal family and one of the wealthiest people on the planet, has a passion: tennis. Not just watching it or sponsoring tournaments. He genuinely loves the sport. And in recent years, he has developed a specific admiration for a young Filipino player whose playing style reminds him of the legends he grew up watching. As the Sheikh's 60th birthday approached, his team asked him what he wanted. He could have anything. A yacht? A private island? A space flight? His answer made even those accustomed to the billionaire lifestyle gasp. I want Alex Eala at my birthday party. Now, when a billionaire says they want someone at their party, they don't just send a regular invitation. Sheikh Ahmed did what any reasonable fan would do. He sent her a $5 million package. $5 million to cut a cake and talk to some guests for 2 hours. Let that sink in. Most professional athletes don't earn that much in their entire careers. Alex was paid that for one afternoon in Dubai. But here's the beautiful part of the story. When Alex showed up at the Burj Al Arab, the most luxurious hotel in the world, she didn't show up as a paid hire. She showed up as herself. Humble, genuine, and truly happy to be there. Future impact and long-term meaning. From scandal to empire. How Alex Eala is reshaping tennis. So, what does this mean for Alex's future beyond the immediate spike in her bank balance? The doors that have opened for her are massive. Exposure to the Dubai elite means endorsements and potential partnerships that most tennis players never get access to. We could be looking at deals with luxury airlines, high-end watch companies, and global fashion brands. Her marketability has gone through the roof. But here's the amazing thing. Reports indicate that Alex was back on the practice court within days of returning from Dubai. The glitz and glamour of the Burj Al Arab are nice, But that's not why she plays tennis. Her eyes are still locked on the prize, a Grand Slam title. She has stated publicly that her goal for the upcoming season is to make a deep run at the Australian Open. And honestly, who would bet against her at this point? She has the game, the confidence, the drive, and now the financial backing of a billionaire superfan. That's a powerful combination. There's also speculation about what happens next in this relationship between Alex and Sheikh Ahmed. Some insiders are suggesting the Sheikh is considering funding a tennis academy in the Philippines to help develop the next generation of talent, with Alex as the face of the program. Imagine the impact that could have. The EALA revolution, and why you can't miss what's next. Folks, this isn't just a story about a tennis player. This is a story about power, about refusing to be defined by others' expectations, and about building an empire while keeping your soul intact. Alex Eala is proving that you can stand up to politicians, negotiate with billionaires, and still be the person you've always been. So what do you think? Is $5 million too much for a 2-hour appearance? Or is Alex Eala worth every penny? What do you think she said in those 17 words that made a hardened billionaire gain so much respect for her? Drop your theories and reactions in the comments below, because we want to hear from you. This is the kind of story that gets people talking, and we love the conversation. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the most lavish birthday invitation in sports history, smash that like button. Share this video with every tennis fan you know. The Pro Tennis 360 community is growing every day, and we want you to be a part of it. Hit the subscribe button now and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next exclusive analysis. We're bringing you the stories no one else is covering. We have some explosive Australian Open intel coming your way in the next video that you absolutely cannot miss. Thanks for watching Pro Tennis 360, your home for the champions of today and the legends of tomorrow. See you in the next video. Would you like me to refine the tone further, or perhaps create a catchy title and description for this video?